Hello and welcome to Is William Shakespeare's King Lear Insane? And this is by me, Ken McDavitt.
He's got to be the king.
Is it really? Now let's meet the king, according to Orson Welles. This is a video I got off of YouTube.
Now, we have divided in three our kingdom. It is our fast intent to shake all cares and business from our age, conferring them on younger strength.
What? He's going to retire? Stop being the king? He can't do that. He's the king. He can't stop being the king. Once a king, you're there for life. Is he insane? Maybe. To get their inheritance, the daughters have to tell him how much they love him.
Future strife may be prevented now. Tell me, my daughters, which of you shall we say doth love us most?
A little arrogant, but insane? Maybe. First to speak, Goneril, the eldest.
Sir, I love you more than word can wield the matter. As much as child e'er loved or found, a love that makes breath poor and speech unable, beyond all manner of so much. I love you.
Ridiculous, but good enough for the king, because he gives her some land. Second, Regan, the middle child.
I am made of that self-same metal as my sister. I find she names my very deed of love, only she comes too short, that I profess myself an enemy to all other joys, and find I am alone felicited in your dear highness' love.
Blah, blah, blah. Also ridiculous, but good enough for the king because he gives her some land. Now Cordelia, the youngest. King says, "What are you going to say?" Cordelia says, "Nothing." King says, "Nothing." Cordelia says, "Nothing."
Nothing will come of nothing. Speak again.
Cordelia says, "I can't make things up. I love you like a daughter should." King says, "I don't like that. If you want your inheritance, try again."
Good my lord, you have begot me, bred me, loved me. I return those duties back as our right fit. Obey you, love you, and most honor you. Why have my sisters husbands if they say they love you all? Happily, when I shall wed, that lord whose hand must take my plight shall carry half my love with him, half my care and duty. Sure, I shall never marry like my sisters, to love my father all.
Egads, it's honest. Not good enough for the king. King says, "Fine, be that way. You get nothing and you're no longer my daughter." Nah. Kent, the king's loyal subject, asks the king to reconsider. King says, "Kent, you gotta go. If you're not gone in 10 days, you die."
Jupiter, this shall not be revoked.
Is he insane? Let's define insanity. Insanity. Noun, the state of being seriously mentally ill. Madness. Synonyms, mental illness, madness, dementia. King Lear is old. Over 80. So let's consider dementia. A chronic or persistent disorder of the mental processes caused by brain disease or injury and marked by memory disorders, personality changes, and impaired reasoning. According to the Alzheimer's Association, symptoms can affect at least two of the following: memory, communication and language, ability to focus and pay attention, reasoning and judgment, visual perception. How does it relate? Let's take a look at communication and language. Love you more than words can wield. Only she comes too short. Breath poor and speech unable. Find I am alone felicited. All nonsense. And let's not forget reasoning and judgment. Remember Kent's plea?
Royal Lear, whom I have ever
Please,
honored
Kent.
as my king, revoke thy gift!
Got him kicked out. Quick summary of what happens next. Kent, the king's loyal subject, returns in disguise. Before, after. The king doesn't recognize him. Then the king hires him. How does it relate? Because dementia has an effect on your reasoning and judgment and visual perception. How else could the king miss that? Quick summary of what happens next. The king's daughter puts Kent in the stocks. The king doesn't believe his daughter did this.
It is both he and she,
No.
my son and daughter.
No.
Yes,
No, I say.
I say I.
Well, no.
Where I?
How does it relate? Communication and language. The king doesn't seem to understand. So, is William Shakespeare's King Lear insane? Short answer, yes. For decades, he's a good king. Then he decides to retire. From that moment, it's all downhill. And it gets worse when he can't fathom what Cordelia says. How do I think it will proceed? Not well. The king will continue to get angry and irrational. The two elder daughters will shun him, and he'll push those close to him away. He'll end up confused and alone. What would I recommend as treatment? The family needs to go to group counseling. Hiring a certified caregiver would help. Overall, working within the family to provide support.